Hey guys, what's up? This video is about my personal top 3 ways of fighting procrastination. Not just fighting, but defeating procrastination. There's a difference between fighting something and defeating it. But anyway, the reason why I put it down here is because, like I said, I used to be a very lazy person, so I had to find ways to get over procrastination. That's the one thing that kept me from staying in school and doing all these things. But now that I'm back, I had to find ways to get around it. So I wrote it down for you guys. I figured it might help a few people. My top 3 ways, alpha ways of fighting procrastination. First of all, I put it down here, and I put a little nice one-liner. The best way to solve a problem, I believe, is to identify it. So before you fight procrastination, you gotta know what makes you procrastinate. And I already answered it in the what is Team 3D video is gonna be right here. Team 3D stands for dominance, discipline, direction, right? Direction, which is the last part. That's the most important part because direction means vision, it means purpose, it means goal. If you're not goal oriented, you're gonna slack, you're gonna be lazy. When you have a big goal, a big vision, you can't procrastinate, especially when you put a deadline to it. So the best way to solve a problem is to identify it. If you have a problem of procrastination, identify what the problem is. It's not that you procrastinate. That's not the problem. The problem is you have a lack of direction. You don't have a goal. Like I said in the What is Tip 3D video, you're a big, nice Mustang without a steering wheel. You're an airplane without a GPS system. So you're powerful, you have potential, but you can't, you have no destination, So you're just sitting there on a pile of knowledge and brilliance. And I believe each and every one of you guys watching this video are actually brilliant. I mean, that's why you made it this far in life. The second thing is, I wrote down, a problem is simply unidentified wisdom, right? A problem is wisdom hiding itself. That's all the problem is. The problem simply means your knowledge must increase. Because once your knowledge increases, you can solve it. If you show me a crazy math level 10 problem and I can't solve it, I'm just gonna tell you, hey, I can't solve this shit. It's a problem. But you give that to a math professor, to him it's easy. What's the difference between me and him? Knowledge. So a problem simply means your knowledge must increase. Procrastination is a problem. It simply means that your knowledge about the topic of procrastination must increase. And I just answered that in the first 2 minutes of the video. It simply means you have no direction. You need to have a clear, specific direction. You can't just say, I want to be happy one day. That's not enough. You got to have a clear goal. So here are the top 3 ways that I use to fight procrastination. Number one, identify your obsession. What are you the most passionate about? What are you obsessed about? If you were locked up in a jail cell for the rest of your life and you had to choose between one type of books, what category would that be? What is your obsession? Is it music? Is it bodybuilding? Is it whatever? Find out what your obsession is. Identify. Number two, set a big ass goal. A goal based on your obsession. Set a goal to become an expert at your obsession. If you're obsessed with basketball, then set your goal to become the best basketball player that ever lived. I always say, even if you don't fail, at least you be above. I mean, even if you don't succeed, at least you be above everybody else. That's the benefit of picking huge goals. I always say, if you're a turtle, don't train to race against other turtles. Train to race against a cheetah. You'll never beat the cheetah, but at least when you come back to the turtles, you'll be faster than the motherfucker. Because the goal, even though it was impossible, it stretched you, more than the other one would have been. So set a big ass goal based on your obsession. Become an expert at it, and make sure it's something tangible. Kind of like Phil Heath. What pushed him? The Sandow Trophy, the bodybuilding trophy. That's what pushed him to pump up all these reps in the gym and whatever. So have something tangible as your goal that you can hold and say, this is my dream, personified. Number three, put a reasonable but a tight ass deadline. I wrote it down right here. Put a tight ass deadline. By the way, go in the description. I'm gonna have everything laid out. Put a deadline to your goal. I always say a goal without a deadline is simply wishful thinking. Think about it. I'm 23 years old. I learned a lot from my mistakes. I started college at 16 and now I'm 23 and I have no fucking degrees. Because I just kept saying, oh, I'll do it one day. I'll do it one day. I'll finish school one day. I'll go back to school one day. One day will never happen. Have a deadline, attach it to your goal, and it becomes a source of motivation. Because once you look in the calendar every day and you realize, hey man, the date is drawing near, you're gonna get up off your ass and work. If you get up in the morning and you have no goal, no deadline, it's gonna be very hard to get anything done. And that's it. That's my 3 ways of fighting procrastination. And like I said, last but not least, if you don't have it by now, Team 3D Alpha. Have a Team 3D daily routine. I made so many videos about it. If you want, I might make another one breaking down my new daily routine. But have a daily routine and follow the Team 3D 7 Day to Live cycle. Very important. I might make like a separate video to explain it to you guys because there's a lot of new subscribers who never heard of it. But if you don't have one by now, have a daily routine and have a Team 3D 7 Day to Live cycle. All right, guys. Hope this video helps. Dominate your world. Team 3D Alpha. Anything you want to say, Hansa?
No, man.